We need to talk. We need to talk. Plain and simple. And what we're going to do is we're going to talk. If you're new to the channel, guys, hello, first of all. If you had a good Valentine's Day, good for you. Mine wasn't too great, but that's not important. What's important is how you're doing and if you're liking and subscribing this video. Because we are 9 subscribers away from 300 subs. Do you know how insane that is in such a short space of time? That in like 5 weeks of posting, just under 5 weeks, I've gained 300 subs. And I can only thank all of you guys for showing me the love and support that it's been amazing on this little YouTube journey that I've started. So thank you to you guys. Last push. I know we can do it. But guys, we're here to talk football, like I always say to you in every single video. Thank you for tuning in. But we're back again talking about Liverpool. We're back again talking about another game in the Premier League which Liverpool have won. They didn't beat Everton in the week, but they bounced back from that and they've beaten Wolves at Anfield. Now, the reason why I started this video with we must talk about this, we must talk, is because what I just watched today, God help me, God help anybody that supports the football club, and God help Arsenal fans who, you know, were sucked in by the Wolves equaliser, not Wolves equaliser, the Wolves goal to make it 2-1 and thought, you know what, Wolves are going to get something from here. Wolves might get something here. Didn't happen, did it? And that's what Liverpool tend to do. But we're going to talk about the performance that Liverpool put out today. That second half, goodness gracious me. And I'm reactionary. I react to things quickly, but I had to like calm down a bit. I didn't record nothing. I needed to like, you know, get into the gist of what was going on and, you know, take in what I just watched. That first half was so good. And then the second half, my what on earth was that? I'm trying to pull up the stats so I can literally read you what happened in the second half, because I cannot believe what I watched in that second half. Like, how are a team like Wolverhampton Wanderers, which have some quality players, I'm not disrespecting Wolves because they do have Cunha and a few other players which can cause a few problems. Obviously, Tommy Doyle was at City, come off the bench, and he tried to contribute to something. They have got Bellegarde, I think his name is. I don't know how to say that guy's name, to be honest, but he's a problem. But yeah, Wolves, generally speaking, have some players in that team that can cause you some problems. Obviously, Cunha is the main threat, and obviously he did score, and my point stands. But let me hold on a second. Let me read you a stat. Now, this was posted by James Pearce. Yeah, he said it's the first time on record since the season 2003-2004 that Liverpool failed to attempt a shot in an entire half of a football game in the Premier League at Anfield. Now, we're not even talking about shots on target. We're talking about shots. A shot. Now, a shot to you and a shot to me is different because I don't drink. So a shot for me is, you know, shooting at the goal. Shot for you might be that, what I just said. But Liverpool failed to get a shot on goal. No, not even a shot on goal. They failed that too. Failed that too in the second half. But Liverpool failed to have a shot in the second half against Wolves. Bro, just to make that stat go away, you should have just taken a pop shot. Van Dijk or somebody from 20 yards that he likes to do sometimes. Ibu Kanai obviously went off halftime. Jarrell Kwanzaa. One of you guys should have just had a pop shot. Just so that stat don't exist. Do you know how bad that looks? That's over 20 years. That's over 20 years. Like, I don't think you're understanding how mad that is. Not to have a shot in the second half against a team in a relegation battle. 17th in the league, mate. What are we doing? We're supposed to be the best team in the world. Best team in England, which we are. But, like, how is that acceptable? But, like I said, I'm not going to go ham because we won the game, innit? If we had not won today, boy, we would have had some problems. But we did win, and that's the most important thing. In football, you have to win. Sometimes you got to win ugly. But most importantly, it was a vital win for Liverpool because Arsenal obviously beat Leicester yesterday 2-0. It was until the 80th minute, it was 0-0. Then Mikel Merino turns into prime R9 and scores 2 late goals, and they cut the gap to 4. Albeit Liverpool have a game in hand. still not guaranteed points, as we saw in the Merseyside derby. Everyone was talking about this game in hand, this game in hand, this game in hand. It wasn't a guaranteed 3 points, and neither was today. Neither was today. Neither. What? English is English. Point is, Liverpool have brought the gap back to 7. That is the most important thing today. Forget the performance. That performance wasn't good. Goals from Diaz, goals from Salah are also very important, especially with Luis Diaz. This guy hasn't scored a goal at Anfield since September in the Premier League against Bournemouth. That was like 5 months ago. And I understand people are going to say he's been playing out of position. He's been playing centrally and stuff. Yeah, I get that. He's not playing in his favorite position. That's fine, because I kept that same kind of narrative for Cody Gakpo. But we saw him play left wing many, many times, and he wasn't good. So there's no way he was going to get put back there. But he was put back there because obviously Gakpo was unavailable today for a little knock he suffered in the Merseyside derby. And Diaz looked threatening. He did look like a problem. He was causing the Wolves backline all sorts of problems, drifting in and out. And obviously that's where the goal came from. Salah puts a ball into Cody Gakpo, into Luis Diaz, and that's ultimately, what happened in the game. And you have to look at the situation. Liverpool were, I don't like saying the word, but I'm trying to get this up here. And I don't even think, right? I really don't even think the assist for Salah even counted, because from what I'm looking at right here, mate, if I'm going to pull up the stat for you guys so you can understand what I'm saying, it says here, if I can find it, the assist was given to no one, but obviously the ball was put in by Salah. Point is, that was a much-needed goal for Luis Diaz in a much-needed time of the game where Liverpool need to win. The pressure's on. Arsenal have cut the gap. That is the most important thing today. But the performance in the second half, abysmal. Wolves had like 10 shots in the second half. 10, probably more. Looking at the match momentum, it was all Wolves. Last 10 shots were all orange dots. Sky put a little graphic up, and I couldn't believe it. Like, we couldn't keep the ball, and a lot of players looked leggy. Gravenberch looked very, very leggy. Ibu Konate was probably one of the worst games I've seen him play, especially in the first half. And obviously he was subbed because he was on a yellow. And Jarrell Kwanzaa came on and did a really, really good job. There was a block in the last minute, like near the end of the game, where he had to make it. Otherwise, it was a tap-in. I can't remember who was in the box, but it was a tap-in. And he came around and won the ball quite well. But Trent Alexander-Arnold, his passing was kind of off today. And I know he put on a plate for Salah and it was offside. But generally, his passing was off. He was trying those pingers and just wasn't working. Robertson, I don't want to criticize Robbo too much because he's done a lot for this football club. But again, he was given Sky Man of the match. I don't know how, but he dropped in when there was a line and he played every Wolves player onside, and that's where that cross thing came from. I just talked about with Kwanzaa. And if he didn't step back, he would have played him. Everyone would have been offside. So, but we have to look at the positives. One of those positives, as you can see behind me on the graphic, is Wataru Endo. What can I say? Wataru Endo is unbelievable. Like, I say this to a lot of people, and I've said this a lot. Like, this guy, I'm so grateful that he wasn't sold in the summer. And everyone's saying, oh, but we need to make some money. We need to get this player. We need to get Zubimendi. Fine, no problem. You want to get Zubimendi? No problem. You want this player? No problem. But Wataru Endo came on with 20 minutes to go. And, like, it spun the whole game, I'll be honest. And I know Wolves had chances. After that. But as soon as Cunha scored, Slot was like, yeah, you know what? This is getting too long. And he took Luis Diaz off, put Szoboszlai on the left, because I think the running power that Szoboszlai has. And he put Wataru Endo on in that midfield. And he gave a few fouls away, but he won tackles, he won duels, and he was getting fouled. And I was just like, you precious little Japanese international, mate. I love him. He's a warrior. That's what he is. Doesn't complain, just does his job. And you know what? He was given man of the match by Liverpool in 20 minutes. That's how bad the performance was from a lot of the players on the pitch. But Endo, every time he comes on, he contributes something. He breaks up the game. He makes it ugly. He makes it dirty. And most importantly, he assures the midfield up. And I don't know how he doesn't get more games. Yeah, I get it. He sometimes might lack the creativity on the ball and the progressiveness of Gravenberch and McAllister in possession. But what he gives you is duels, tackles, work rate, intensity. He has it all. Wataru Endo, experience as well. And I really wish against Everton that Slot brought Wataru Endo on just to see the game out, because I think we would have won that game. But I'm not gonna, criticize Slot because he got a lot right this season. And today was another example of his, intelligence, because bringing on Endo when the game was going all for Wolves was very, very important. Because I think if we left it how it was and didn't bring Endo on, I think eventually Wolves would have got an equaliser. The most important thing, again, like I said, for today is the win. That is it. The performance was bad. That can happen when you're playing 2 games, 3 games a week. It's going to happen, and obviously now we've got 5 in 14 days or whatever it is. Obviously one's been chopped off. We've got Villa away, then we've got City at the Etihad, and then we've got Newcastle in the month. And then the Carabao Cup final. And we've got a lot of games coming up. It's going to be a long schedule for Liverpool, but it's a big win for Liverpool. I know it's against a team that we should be comfortably beating, but it's a massive, massive victory for Arne Slot. And you could see it when the game ended for Liverpool. He went to the Kop, and it was like the first time he kind of went like this to the crowd. And like, I've never seen him do that. And I think even he realizes how big of a win this is. And that just shows you nothing in football is a formality. You have to play well to beat anyone in this league. And 7 points with 25 games gone is a very, very good return for Liverpool. And with City crawling back now, City are 14 points behind Liverpool. It's quite a while. No, 16 actually. 16 points behind Liverpool. 16. It's more than that, actually. Maths. I'm not good at maths. But what I do know is Liverpool are clear at the top of the league, and that is the most important thing. That's the only stat that matters at this moment. A Salah goal, a Diaz goal, an Endo masterclass, a Cunha goal, who could be a Liverpool player in the summer. Who knows? But Liverpool increased the lead back to 7 points. Arsenal, it's as it was before any ball was kicked prior to this game week, and hopefully it stays that way. Aston Villa away next. What we need is a W. Take care, guys. 9 subs away from 300. Can't do it without you guys. So make sure you like, make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one very, very soon.